Good afternoon, and thank you for being here to listen to the Navarre mineral story. There we go here. Navarre Minerals, we're a junior mineral exploration company. We're based in Australia, and we're searching for gold in Victoria. We have two main gold projects. That's the Navarre Gold Project and the Irvine Gold Project, and they're based in two corners of the Golden Triangle in Victoria. So that Golden Triangle's produced around about 80 million ounces of gold, and our two major shareholders, Kirkland Lake and Arete Capital Partners, who are backed by the Smorgon family, own both, or one owns Stawell and one owns Fosterville, so very close to that. Our goal is to convert our recent discoveries into a gold inventory of around about 1 million ounces of gold. So we're trying to demonstrate that, and we're aiming for a maiden mineral resource by December this year. Just looking at our corporate structure, we've got about 300 million shares on issue. Our market cap's around about $20 million, and we have no debt and about $2.8 million cash on hand. Our major shareholders, apart from the board and management that hold 14%, is, as I sort of pointed out earlier, Kirkland Lake with 9%, and VBS Exchange, they're the Smorgon family that are the backers of Stawell Gold Mines. Our directors are all former employees, operators of the Stawell Gold Mine, so we have a track record of understanding sort of how this mineralisation works. If we have a closer look at the Irvine Gold Project, on the map on the right-hand side there, you can see where Stawell's based and the Ararat Goldfield. Our Irvine Gold Project sits underneath the Ararat Goldfield, and we currently have around about 70 kilometres of strike of the mineralised belt. Approximately 6 million ounces of gold has been won from over this side, and that's dominated by the Stawell Goldfield. The Stawell Goldfield was discovered in the 1850s, 1 million ounces of gold scraped off the surface as alluvial gold, and then very soon afterwards 4 million ounces of gold was discovered, or the hard rock source of that alluvial gold was discovered, mainly in the Magdala gold deposit, so that's 4 million ounces of gold. But contrasting that, at Ararat, the surface gold, the alluvial gold was found, but the hard rock source has not been found. And that's why we're there, and we're simply applying our knowledge of the Stawell Gold Mine to that area there, and we've come up with a couple of discoveries already. So to understand what we've got down at the Irvine Gold Project, we're using the Stawell model as our for our discovery. What we're looking at here in the two diagrams is the gold mineralisation sits on the edges of a large basalt dome that's sort of subvertical. But the surface expression of the mineralisation is a big hill. It's only 800 metres in strike, but it's quite, the grades are around about 1.5 grams, but that sits over the top of fresh rock, which is much higher grade. It's about 4-time uplift in grade. And the red zones that you see down there are the ore chutes that paid for the underground development and mining. They're typically 100 to 300 metres in diameter, and they, on average, contain around about 100,000 ounces of gold. But you can see this is quite a large system, so once you find the surface footprint, you chase down the lode channels and you incrementally start adding ounces to this. So that's been mined down to 1.6 kilometres depth, still continues with drilling below 2.2 kilometres. So you're on the tip of the iceberg if you find the surface footprint. So bearing that in mind, this is what we've done down at the Irvine Gold Project. We've got alluvial gold over the top. We set about looking for a basalt, and we came in here and we've mapped this out. We've got an 8 to 9 kilometre basalt we call the Irvine Basalt Dome. We used geophysics to fill in the gaps where we couldn't pick up some of the geology underneath the alluvials. And in this geophysics, we also picked up several targets that sit on the flanks of the basalt, as you can see there. We then set about going in and doing some drilling on these areas. So the first one that we attempted was up on resolution lode, and that resulted in a discovery, 6 metres at 6 grams. Our premise was that we go in there with shallow drilling, because if there's alluvial gold, it means that the reefs must be sticking out of the ground. And so that worked particularly well for us. We've now done some deeper diamond drilling, and we're seeing pretty much the Stawell model sort of developing there. So 1.6 kilometres surface footprint, so it's about double the size of Stawell. Then we followed that up pretty soon with the Adventure Lode. That's a 1.2 kilometre long zone, and we announced some results from that sort of late last year and a couple of weeks ago. So if we look just closely at the mineralisation of the two lodes, on the left-hand side we have Resolution Lode running down with our deepest hole down to 170 metres. On the right-hand side, the Adventure Lode, we haven't done the deep drilling there yet, but you can see that that mineralisation continues down on the flanks of the basalt. In long section, there's Resolution Lode. There's some of our deeper holes there, and we've got 4 holes pending, one with visible gold, so we think that one will go quite well. But we're starting to see the same shapes as Stawell here, with these ore shoots developing. With Adventure Lode, there's the surface drilling that we've done down to around about 50 metres. We've defined a higher grade zone that we plan to start drilling at the end of this month with RC drilling. Adventure Lode and the Resolution Lode will be contributing towards our maiden mineral resource that we're targeting at the end of this year. The growth pipeline, we've got some other projects here that we've been doing some work on. We're looking at another potential Fosterville style mineralisation at St Arnaud, and we're just in the throes of completing a 5,000 metre air core drilling program there. And about 4 weeks ago we announced the discovery of an epithermal gold system down at Glen Lyle with our initial drilling. You can see the results there. Tandara, this is our other major gold project. This one we've farmed out to a company called Catalyst Metals, and they're the operators of that. We've got some very high grade hits in that area there, and it's very close to the Fosterville gold mine, and also Victoria's largest goldfield, the Bendigo goldfield, which produced 22 million ounces of gold. This last slide here shows you the activity that we've been executing. So we've been drilling a lot of holes, 25,000 metres of drilling. We've been, as colour-coded based on sort of our different projects there. So the Irvine Gold Project is advancing as we expected. We'll continue to drill till our wet season sort of kicks in, so that's our winter period, which normally sort of kicks in around about the end of June. And then we'll evaluate all those results and start building our mineral resource in the fourth quarter. At Tandara, we've still got a lot of gold results to come back in from our joint venture partner. And on the regional projects there, we're finishing the air core drilling program, and so we should be announcing results from that probably in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So a lot of news flow coming through, and sort of yeah, we're finding a lot of things. So I think I'll leave it there and